The Song of Wema. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and deep forests, lived a young girl named Wema. Orphaned at birth, she was taken in by her stepmother, a bitter woman named Mama Zena. Wema was different from other children. Her voice was pure, angelic, and had an unexplainable power. From the time she could hum, strange and wonderful things happened when she sang. A crying baby would instantly calm, a wounded bird would flap its wings and soar again, and even the sick would wake up refreshed. But Wema never knew that she was the reason behind these miracles. Mama Zena, however, despised the girl. She saw Wema as nothing but a burden. She often scolded her, overworked her, and even tried to bewitch her. But every spell she cast failed miserably. Each time she attempted to place a curse on Wema, the charm would backfire, causing Mama Zena herself to fall ill, lose her voice, or stumble over her own feet. Yet, her hatred for the girl only grew stronger. One day, Wema was fetching water from the river when she suddenly felt an unexplainable urge to sing. She did not know why, but something in her heart stirred, and a melody escaped her lips, floating in the air like a gentle breeze. Nearby, a man was gasping for breath, clutching his chest in agony, though Wema had not noticed him. The moment her song reached him, the pain in his body ceased. He sat up, breathing deeply, his strength returning, as though he had never been sick. Moments later, the man approached Wema, his eyes wide with wonder. You healed me," he exclaimed, his voice filled with awe. Wema blinked, confused. "Healed you? But I was only singing," she said innocently. The man rushed back to the village, telling everyone about the miraculous girl by the river. Soon, more stories spread. A blind woman who had heard Wema's song regained her sight. A boy who had suffered from a mysterious fever for months woke up healthy after Wema's melody drifted through his window. Wema remained oblivious to her power until an elder, Babu Mosi, approached her one evening. "Child, do you not see? Your voice carries magic. It heals, it saves. The spirits have blessed you with a rare gift." Wema gasped. "But I only sing for joy. I never meant to heal anyone. And that is why it works," Babu Mosi said. "Your heart is pure, and your song is free. That is why it has power." Soon, word spread across the village, and people began to gather around Wema wherever she went. Some brought their sick loved ones, hoping to hear her sing. Others stood in awe, waiting for miracles to unfold before their eyes. "Please, Wema, just a song. My child is ill. Can your voice save him?" Wema, overwhelmed by the attention, did not know what to do. She had never sung for a reason other than joy. She felt a great weight pressing on her shoulders, a pressure she had never known before. But each time, she let go of her fear and simply sang from her heart. Miracles happened. The lame walked, the weak found strength, and even the saddest souls left with smiles. Not everyone in the village saw Wema as a blessing. There were greedy men who saw her as an opportunity to make wealth. They plotted in the dark, whispering their wicked plans. "If we control the girl, we control her power." One man sneered. One night, as Wema walked home, a group of men grabbed her and threw a sack over her head. She screamed, but no one heard. They took her deep into the forest, locking her in a small hut. "Sing," one of them commanded. "Heal the sick we bring, and we will make you rich." But Wema refused. She felt fear creeping into her heart, but she stayed strong, "Sing." "Or we will make you suffer," they threatened. They dragged a sickly old man before her, forcing her to sing. Trembling, Wema let out a fearful note, but something strange happened. Instead of her usual melody, an eerie, distorted sound escaped her lips, something unnatural. Something unsettling. The ground beneath them trembled violently. The sick man collapsed, growing weaker instead of stronger. The kidnappers howled in terror as darkness swirled around them. One man broke his leg as he stumbled backward. Another fell into a pit, and yet another was suddenly swarmed by biting insects. Then, as they tried to flee, the trees twisted, trapping them in an inescapable prison. A cold wind blew, snatching their voices away, leaving them mute. No matter how much they tried to speak or scream, no sound escaped their lips. Wema managed to escape in the chaos, finding her way back to the village. Exhausted and shaken, she collapsed at her doorstep, where the villagers found her the next morning. When she told them what had happened, they were outraged. Determined to bring justice, the villagers formed a search party and went deep into the forest. There, they found the kidnappers silent, weak, and unable to move. Their punishment was swift and severe. They were banished from the village, sent away to wander, voiceless and cursed for their greed. When Wema entered her home, Mama Zena stared at her, her face pale with fear. The moment Wema opened her mouth to sing a soft tune of relief, something strange happened. Mama Zena clutched her chest, gasping. She dropped to her knees, tears streaming down her face. "Forgive me, child," she wailed. "I tried to curse you. I tried to bewitch you. But your magic is too strong. I cannot hide my wickedness any longer." Wema stared at her stepmother, stunned. She had never sought revenge, yet her voice had compelled the truth to spill forth. The villagers gathered around, watching as Mama Zena confessed her every evil deed. From that day on, Wema's life changed. She no longer lived in fear or in ignorance of her power. She embraced it, but she also knew that her gift was not for profit or control. It was a blessing meant to be shared freely. And so, she continued to sing, not for money, not for fame, but for the pure joy of it. And wherever her voice was heard, good things followed, just as nature had intended.